Welcome to Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast.
Welcome into Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Hayes, with Matt Baker.
That's me.
You can find us at avgffpod.com. You can go there, click the buttons, go to Apple, Spotify, just about anywhere else you can get a podcast. You can also go to YouTube, listen to us there, and you can go find us on Facebook. You can also listen on the website. If you decide to listen to us on Apple, we would love for you guys to leave a review. It helps boost us up if we get some good reviews. Don't leave bad reviews. You can just email us.
Mark it good, but you can say whatever you want bad. It's fine. I don't care. As long as it shows up as a decent review, we're okay.
Yeah.
Say what you want.
Give us 5 stars, but then tell us we're shit.
Yeah, be like, y'all are just dumbasses. And we'll be fine with that. We can handle it.
I'm good.
Tough skin, baby.
Look,
tough skin.
2.5 stars is average. That's what we're shooting for.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's it.
I did want to say thank you to everybody who has started listening. We have the highest numbers we've had since like in the middle of last season. So
let's go.
Yeah, we've almost doubled in the last 2 weeks where we were 2 weeks ago. So
damn.
Yeah. So shout out to all the new listeners and also all the hardcores that have stuck with us. The 8 or 9 of you.
Your checks will be in the mail.
that are always listening. We do appreciate that. We enjoy doing this. I don't think any of us have any real thoughts that this is gonna pay our bills one day, but who knows? This in these type of industries, the right person at the right time, clicking on the right podcast could start something that
exactly.
Yeah, or get us sued and canceled before we even become big. Who knows?
Sue me now. Now's the time to do it. Now's the time to do
it. If you do sue us, you're going to get 4 mics, 4 mic stands, a soundboard, and a laptop, and a keyboard, and a mouse, and some headsets, and a bunch of cords. That's what the company is comprised of.
Yeah,
that is all the property of Average.
Lots of sweat equity too. I'm gonna give them all the sweat equity we put into it so far,
and we'll throw in a tank top, one of Matt's tank tops.
Yeah, I'll see what I can. I'll see what I can find. I can send y'all away with too. I got lots of trash around here. Just to get rid of it, we'll just start. Oh, this is the company's too, and have the whole house cleaned out before it's these tables. Take these tables away and get this shit out of here.
The TV that's got 2 lines down the side where the plasma's been broken.
So, get this shit out of here.
So if you want to sue us, just know it's not going to be much of a boon for you.
We have no shortage of names. You can send us down. We'll come up with another the Matt Baker Daniel podcast.
Yeah, we still have the old podcast equipment that we started with. So we'll break it back out.
And it wasn't this company's products.
No, that was Matt's personal.
Yeah, I paid for that shit.
So, all right, enough of that.
Got a little bit of news.
Yeah, let's hit on that news. Nope, that's not the news.
That'll work. I mean,
it always works, but I like the super intense news. Oh, it didn't start over. There it is.
There it goes. Like I said, now's the time to sue because we got this shit figured out. You want to get it now.
It actually ends itself. I don't have to end it. So.
Breaking news.
All right. So there is a little bit of news coming out. I guess kind of the biggest thing, Kyron Williams got an extension, 3-year, $33 million. That's great, especially for anybody who has him in Dynasty. That's at least a 2 more year commitment because I'm sure that last year is avoidable. But it tells you that they're committed to him at least for this season and next. And that's what we need. That's really what you're looking for in Dynasty, especially when it comes to these running backs. You're looking for the team to invest in them so you don't have to worry about them getting sent down the river, especially when it comes to the Rams, because they're not afraid to kick a dude out the door.
Yeah, exactly.
When his knees start giving out. So So Kyron Williams. I'm big Kyron Williams house here. I've been on him since he was a rookie. I talked him up but when he was, nobody even was paying attention to him, just because of the fact that before he had a terrible combine, he was actually slated as like a top 5 prospect the year that he came out, and then his combine was garbage can. And then there were reports came out that he was sick when he went to the combine and whatnot. So anyway, glad that's done. Take a little bit of stress,
get some money.
Yeah. And it kind of opens up stuff for this season too. I know, who's it? Jacquez Rogers, or who's the Blake Corum's basically dust already.
It's sad though, because I had so high hopes.
Is it Jacquez Hunter? Maybe that's what it is.
That sounds familiar, but I'm going to look it up because we know how you are with names.
Yeah,
so.
I never miss.
No, you spot on.
I never miss when it comes to names.
Spot on, yeah.
I'm going to be surprised if I got it right, though. I'm pretty sure the Jacquez is right.
And Hunter's correct, too. Yeah, you nailed it. Nailed it.
But he was kind of the big talk of, because he's been shown a little bit in training camp, and he's kind of the big talk of, because Kyron had got his deal. Everybody was kind of speculating, are they done with Kyron, or they're going to start moving away from him and whatnot, and he was kind of getting some steam from that. So he's still somebody to keep an eye on for the backup role, because again, I think Blake Corum is not who we thought he was going to be. So
they do not like big backs there, do they?
I mean, Kyron's not small.
They're all 5'9". Every one of them's 5'9", 200, 5'9", 190, 5'9", 175. It's crazy. I'm literally Ronnie Rivers, 5'9", 192.
Well, most running backs are that 5'9", 5'10" range, unless you're Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I mean, that's the back of all backs. He's going to be the one they build like shrine, like not a shrine. It's going to be like a, what are those big statues called they put in front of everything? And this is the elite, the only.
A statue?
Yeah, that's it.
If it's not a shrine,
it's not. I don't want not a shrine, but it's
a monument.
Monument. That's the word I was trying to come up with. He's going to be.
You want the Henry monument?
The running back monument, the one everybody aspires to be. Yeah, it's a.
All right. Let's see. I don't know how big a news this is, but it's interesting. Desmond Ridder is showing himself to be the best quarterback out of Saints camp. Tyler Shuck not looking good, according to the beat writers there. So that's definitely not a good sign if you can't beat out Desmond Ridder. I don't expect Desmond Ridder to have all of a sudden shown up and figured things out. So that just tells me that Shuck is shucking terrible. Hey,
oh yeah.
I wish I had the rim shot.
The badam boom.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have my.
Well, yeah.
I'm so terrible. I haven't turned it on the 97 podcast now. It's just been
still
sitting
hooked
there.
up. I'm sure.
Yeah, I've turned it on. I could probably work it out, but I just have not done it.
You probably got to hold the power button down to turn it back on.
Yeah, that way I can throw a rim shot out every once in a while. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Well, be careful when we're talking about the rim. Or as long as it's a rim, not a rim job.
I'm going to include shot every time I say it. Trust me, I'll hold on to that.
All right. There's tons of injuries to be monitoring. Nothing.
You're missing one of the biggest newses that come across here.
Did it just drop?
No, it came across earlier today.
I mean, I talked about.
Jordan Addison.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. You're right. I got it written right here.
Yeah,
Addison with 3-game suspension.
Yeah, first 3 games. Yeah, for the substance abuse or whatever.
Or DWI.
Oh, they got him for substance abuse for the first 3 weeks. So I don't know if the DWI's actually come through yet.
Oh, well, then maybe he didn't get a DWI. I thought it was a driving infraction, but
well, the notification I got said that he's suspended for 3 games for NFL's substance abuse policies.
Huh.
So
I could have swore he got in trouble for driving drunk.
That may be. It may be a completely separate thing. I don't know that to be the thing.
This is whatever he got in trouble for. This is the suspension for it. So, let's see. Cleveland had to get another quarterback. Apparently they're all hurt except Flacco, and they didn't have a quarterback to throw to the second and third teamer, so they went out and got Tyler Huntley. What they're going to realize is that Tyler Huntley's not very good, but he's better than the other 3 that are hurt currently. So you're probably going to end up cutting Pickett, moving the other 2 to the practice squad, and starting the season with Tyler Huntley in the backup.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
By all news coming out though, Cedric Tillman's looking good, and
as good as he can with who's throwing them the ball.
well, he's got Flacco throwing the ball. He's looking great.
Yeah.
He's high powered.
Yeah. I'm sure Njoku's probably looking great too. Like,
yeah, Njoku's looking good. And Jerry Jeudy. So we're hoping that they got Flacco as the guy, and he's not starting the preseason game, so he's definitely looking like the dude. Of course, he is the only healthy one on the roster currently besides Huntley, but the other two, I know based off of beat reporters, Gabriel's looked like hot ass.
Yeah, I saw a couple videos today too.
And Shedeur hasn't looked much better, and I can't imagine Kenny Pickett's looked any better than that. But
just small hands.
Let's see. Bridgewater signed a 1-year deal with the Bucks. Darren Waller expected to be ready for Week 1 with the injury he's dealing with.
That's called old man injury. I think he's waiting on his prescription meds to come in, or vitamins or whatever he's got to take. His one-a-days.
Chris Godwin is uncertain for Week 1, so they came out and said that he's right where they expected him to be, but they don't think they're not sure if he's going to be ready for Week 1. So I don't know what they're talking about. So, and then James Cook, interesting, is sitting out for business reasons. This is what he says. He is standing on business. He wants a contract, and apparently he had been showing up. He had been doing what he's supposed to do, and now he's like, "Nah, I'm done." So he is, instead of holding out, he's holding in. So we'll see what happens with that. I really don't think the Bills want to give him a contract. I really think they were plan on moving away from him next season. So if that's the case and he's going to do this, there could be a trade. It could be part of that deal that hypothetical deal that I came up with.
Yeah.
The McLaurin deal could be James Cook and a pick to get McLaurin, which would be interesting. It would upset the apple cart down in Washington for the
running back
situation
between Eckler and Brian Robinson there. I mean,
yeah, maybe they'll do a deal where they send Eckler and McLaurin for James Cook and something else stupid. I don't know. James Cook and who's the not Shakir, not Coleman.
Well, Shakir's injured too right
now.
Who's
the third?
So it'll be Elijah Moore they just picked up, or Joshua Palmer they just picked up.
Yes, Josh Palmer and James Cook for McLaurin and Eckler.
Palmer could be interesting. I mean, Khalil Shakir's, he's probably going to miss a little bit of time with his injury he's sitting out with now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be.
I'm so tired.
I don't like
Josh
Palmer. Don't get me wrong. I don't like him, but
tired of. Josh Palmer could do something because we heard this. He played behind two injury-prone receivers with the Chargers and had plenty of opportunity to step up, and he was just doo-doo.
Just didn't do anything. Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. Maybe with this offense, with this quarterback.
Well, Josh Allen throws so hard, maybe it'll just like stick into his arms or something, like knock him over and he just falls down with it. He can't help but catch it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not like Herbert was throwing softballs.
Well, that's true. Maybe he felt bad for Palmer, was holding back a little bit for him.
Possibly, yeah.
He should do that with Quentin Johnson so he can catch the ball.
Good Lord, I don't started on Stone Hands Johnson.
It's so bad, man. But yeah,
I don't know if it's as bad as what it looks like, because every time I see any highlights of Quentin Johnson, it's him missing the most catchable pass anybody's ever got thrown to them in the history of the NFL it's in practice.
It's got to be that bad. I mean, there's no way it can't be.
Oh God! All right. Well, that's the news for today. Unless something else is, there was something that just came across the phone. Oh, this is a draft I'm in. Somebody picked Blake Corum.
Oh, smooth move.
We're deep into that draft.
Is that 32 man?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, we're in a 32-man league, and we're in the fifth pick of the 6th rounds. And so do the math. There's a lot of players gone.
Yeah, 5th round. So you're definitely grabbing backups at this point.
Oh,
or third strings. Yeah,
bro.
Can someone pull up the practice squad real quick? I didn't know if I need to grab this guy.
I finally took a quarterback in the 5th. I got Russell Wilson.
Oh, nice. That'll score you a couple points for a
I
little
wasn't
bit.
100% sure I was going to take a quarterback because it's a super flex. You don't have to have a quarterback. It's not a super flex like QB and a super flex. It's just a super flex.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, based off of value, I just couldn't justify taking one of these lower quarterbacks over certain players. So I took Michael Pittman a couple rounds before.
I think that'll benefit
instead
you
of taking. I think Russ Wilson was still there. Cam Ward was actually there, and I passed on him, and I went with Michael Pittman. But and then I just couldn't. And then it finally got to the 5th round, where it was like, all right, based off of who's left,
yeah,
based off of what Russell might do, because it's also like a modified super guillotine league.
Yeah.
So
when you got bench spots, so I mean, worst case scenario, if he has a bad week 1, you could bench and put somebody else in that.
Yeah, but the problem is who's going to be on the bench.
Yeah, that's true too.
But it's going to be an interesting league. It's a guy cooked it up, and
there'll be some sneaky pickups.
It's definitely one of the most interesting leagues I've ever been a part of. As far as the format, we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, while he steps away to go and pee, we'll go ahead and move into breaking down the NFC West. There's the button I was looking for. All right. Well, the NFC West, and this was kind of a tough division for me anyway to sort out, because last year, who most considered to be the best team, the 49ers, were hot ass. So, and the Rams made the playoffs. The Cardinals and the Seahawks were meh. So, it was one of those where I just kind of went with, the 49ers have a really easy schedule based off of last year's win percentage. There we go. And so I put them back in the top. I got the 49ers winning the division at 11-6. And then after that, I've got the Rams going 10-7. And then I got the Cardinals going 8-9. I think they're going to improve a little bit from last season. And then I got the Seahawks going backwards 6-11.
That's pretty close to what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the 49ers finishing top, 11-6. I see the same thing. It's a very soft schedule.
Yeah.
Rams second, 9-8. Step back from last week. They were 10-7.
Yeah.
You got them 10-7. It's anybody's game on a couple of these. They lost some they shouldn't have lost last year, but they won some they shouldn't have won. So
Yeah.
And then I got the Seahawks 7-10, and then finishing out with the Cardinals 6-11. So
okay, so you get
it's kind of a
switch.
Yeah, it's kind of a. That's another one that's a toss up, because I'm torn with the Cardinals because they haven't done a lot in the offseason, and they looked kind of all over the place last year.
Yeah,
and the Seahawks to me downgraded a little bit. So I mean, yeah, they took a step back, but they finished 10-7 last year. They were tied with the Rams in the division last year, and I don't think they're going to do that good. So I got them a little bit back as well, 7-10. So
right.
we're flip flop, but the records are close. So I mean, we're a game off from each other. It's not a big deal.
Well, we'll go ahead and start with who I got as the lowest, and that's the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals didn't, like you said, they didn't do a ton.
That's who I have as the lowest too.
I thought you said you had the Seahawks.
You have the Seahawks as the lowest.
I'm sorry. Well,
I have the Cardinals as the
We'll
lowest.
start with who you have as the lowest. Then.
Okay, deal. Let's do that.
I was doing something while trying to. I was trying to think. I was pretty sure that the offensive coordinator was the same from last year. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, it is. All right. Anyway, so yeah, the Arizona Cardinals. They didn't do a ton in free agency, like you said. They did. Let me silence my phone.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot going on that really.
Yeah, they did sign Trey McBride to a 4-year,
which that was
$40 billion.
That was smart.
$76 million. Yeah.
That dude's the dude. He's the truth. Yeah,
I just wish he'd get more touchdowns.
Yeah,
they did a lot more on defense than they did on offense, and they did go out and get a couple O linemen, stuff like that. And then the draft. Trying to remember while it tries to pull up, because right now the internet is like, nah, son.
It's like it ain't happening.
Yeah,
it ain't happening.
There we go. I think. All right.
But
yeah. So they didn't do hardly anything. They didn't do anything for offense in the draft either.
Yeah.
So the Cardinals didn't do a ton, but I think they have the pieces there. They're one of my kind of sleeper teams that if everything starts clicking and the talent starts showing out, you know, you look at Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has the potential to be an explosive quarterback. He's fallen off a bit in the last couple seasons, been dealing with injuries and then just poor play. And then James Conner is an absolute monster at running back. We don't know what Trey Benson really is yet, so you know, hopefully we get to see a little bit more of him this year. But we know that James Conner, if he's healthy and out there, dude's money in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And then your wide receivers, you know, you got Marvin Harrison, who his rookie season wasn't terrible. It was just terrible based off of what we expected him to be
projected him
as
to be.
a quote generational talent, the next big thing, all that stuff. And so, you know, and then on the other side of the ball, there's just not a ton there. You got Zay Jones is there. You got, it's not Mike Wilson. Is it Michael Wilson?
Michael Wilson, yeah.
Michael Wilson. I was thinking of Mike Williams. Michael Wilson. And then is the Dortch still there?
I think so.
I think the Dortch is still there. He runs a lot out of the slot. So the other receiver is kind of non-existent right there. Michael Wilson, when he was healthy, he seems to be who they want to be the dude on the other side. So we'll see. I don't know how much value he has in fantasy. Probably not much. But Trey McBride is that number 1, 1A, 1B with Marvin Harrison. Those are going to be your main pass catchers. And then James Conner caught 50 balls out of the backfield last year. So, you know, they do throw a lot to the running backs. And if he gets that, dude is an absolute monster. He was almost my smash just because I was looking at his stats and what he can potentially do if he gets the passing work and stuff like that. But
his average on games where he gets the ball more than 10 times is really good. I mean, it's like 6-7 yards a game. For being as aged as he is too, he's got some big stats. He had a good year last year.
The big thing is we just need that O-line to step up and start doing a better job of protecting Kyler. And we need Kyler and Marvin Harrison to get on the same page. You know, it felt like last year there wasn't a ton of chemistry between the two.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of passes that it was like he threw a 9 route and Marvin Harrison's running a post route, or he's running an in or whatever. And you're like, are you guys even communicating in the huddle? I mean, what's going on here? And so, you know, the offensive play calling last year was trash, and we just, you know, they kept the same OC. So hopefully something changes with that when it's not the same as it was last year. But again, there's a lot of talent there. It's just making it all fit together. And then if that defense can step up, you know, if you look back, I think last season, I want to say they took Detroit to the wire or the Bills to the wire. There were a couple of games where you didn't expect them to be in it, and they were in it. So it's like they can, if it all clicks and it all happens in the right moments, this team can be really good. It's just, what's the leadership like on and off the field with the coaching staff, and is it going to start moving this team in the right direction? So,
yeah, exactly.
So anything you want to add to that?
No, that's why I have them at the bottom, 6 and 11.
All right. Well, we'll have the team that I have at the bottom, the Seattle Seahawks. So, of course, Seattle traded away their quarterback, Geno Smith. Well, they went and got Sam Darnold to a 3-year, $100 million deal. They also got Drew Lock. They got Cooper Kupp there. We'll see if Cooper Kupp's got anything left. They paid him to be a starter, so we're going to see how that works out. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he'll only be interesting if JSN or Cooper Kupp get hurt. Otherwise, you know, he's just going to be maybe a guy, he'll get you a couple touchdowns on a game here and there deep downfield.
He's going to be a 2-game guy this year. Just like there's going to be like 2, like, oh, we need to go get MBS because he's going to have 2 touchdowns on 2 catches for like 93 yards. And we're going to be like, holy shit, why is nobody rostering this guy? And then you're going to get him for 2 weeks and play him and realize, oh, that's why we're not rostering.
Yeah,
this
he's
guy.
one of those guys that he's gonna have a week or two, like you said, but it'll be when he's either on waivers or deep in your bench.
Yeah, way
and
on
then
the
you'll
bench.
play him and he'll score you 0.6 points.
Yeah, and you'll be so mad. You'll be like, you just got 10 targets last week, but this week you got 2,
and you didn't catch either one of them.
He didn't catch any of them exactly.
Well, they went out and drafted a tight end in the second round, Elijah Arroyo, which becomes very interesting when they release Noah Fant.
Yep.
Arroyo fits more of a pass catching and a move tight end, even more so than AJ Barner, who has more of the profiles of blocking tight end. So we'll see what pans out with the tight end position. And then they got Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe is, to me, is a stash in Dynasty. I try to get him everywhere. He is insanely athletic. He is one of the most athletic quarterbacks to come out in a long time. Just on sheer size and athletic ability. And if he can figure out how to put it all together, he could be very dangerous. And Sam Darnold, to me, I don't know that Sam Darnold's going to stick in Seattle. He came from a system that is very quarterback friendly and an O-line that was very good and a defense that was very good to a team that has a weak O-line, a shaky defense, and a system that is in question because they got a new system there. They got a new OC this season. So there is room for somebody like Jalen Milroe if they get an opportunity to really be electric and take kind of like what happened in Atlanta last year, with the older quarterbacks. So, and then Torrey Horton's also interesting just because we want to know, does Cooper Kupp have anything left? And they drafted Torrey in the 5th round. And who's going to be that third receiver, that slot guy, or who's going to work the outside if they make Kupp the slot guy. So we'll see how that plays out. But those are both interesting. Damian Martinez is kind of interesting just because of what his production was in college and the fact that Kenneth Walker is injury prone and Charbonnet ain't scared to get hurt either. So, and then they drafted some dude named Ricky White in the 7th round, probably for special teams who may not make the roster. So that's kind of where they're at. So going through there, like we talked about with Darnold, I don't know if Darnold's going to stick. I don't think so, which is also why I have the Seahawks as low as I have them. I think that Darnold really found a home with what that he was able to get with Minnesota last year in that system. And that, like I said, that O-line on that defense. And he's going to have to make it work for himself in Seattle as opposed to someone making it work for him in Minnesota. Yeah. Now, I don't want to take away from what Darnold did on the field. He threw the ball. He made the plays. He did those things. But he didn't have to do as much thinking and figuring out on the fly as he's going to have to do for Seattle. There's a lot more structure in that offense that, in my opinion, when he came out of Minnesota, I think Darnold's biggest problem that he's had since he's come to the league is his inability to process things in a timely manner when he's behind center and things are falling apart. Yeah. And when you're in a very structured offense and things go the way they're supposed to, and you have a receiver like Justin Jefferson,
and even Addison, or T.J. Hawkinson. You got people that can come down with the ball as long as it's within
and you have
reason.
one of the best O lines of football. It just makes things a whole lot simpler as opposed to straight chaos back there. Yeah. And you have a young receiver in JSN, and then you got Cooper Kupp on the other side, who we don't know what he's got left. So there's a lot of stuff going on there that is not working in Darnold's favor, and I just don't know. I do want to say I don't have anything against Darnold. If he is successful, I will cheer for the guy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Darnold's a guy, too, that you were super touting coming into New York, even when he was drafted, like you were big on. And
I was actually kind of happy when the Panthers got him. And just, again, first of all, he came to a way more terrible situation in Carolina at that time. And then what he's dealing with in Seattle. But
that's part of it, too, with him is throughout his illustrious career, it's been one bad situation after another bad situation after another bad situation. I mean, last season was the first season he's played an entire season.
And when he was in a great situation.
And he was comfortable. He was perfectly coddled. And that's what I'm worried about. I don't think he's going to do terrible, but I don't think it's going to be as good as we saw last year.
Right.
I think it's going to be better than what we've seen previous, because I think he's got a little more. This gave him a little
confidence,
a little confidence, a little more security.
And maybe he learned some things. Maybe being within that system, with that coaching that he got in Minnesota,
bring it with him.
Maybe it opened his eyes up to some things that he wasn't, getting. With the bad coaching that he got before. We'll see how it plays out.
I'm not saying he's going to be top 10, but I mean, I could see him being better than what he's done. 15 overall. It's not going to be enough to win them a whole bunch of games because you have them last. I got him only winning 7 games. You got him winning 6. So it's not like we're far off. But
Yeah, and then Kenneth Walker's already hurt, and we're going to talk more about him later, but he's already hurt. I think he's a really good running back. When he's healthy and out there, dude has great vision, great power, great speed, great ability to get downfield. But him staying on the field is whatever. And then the game script's going to also dictate, because he's not a pass catching back. So if they're playing from behind a lot, you're going to actually see more. You'll see more Charbonnet later in games. Yeah. When they're trying to come back, I think. And so Charbonnet to me is kind of the sneaky pick in that offense. Cause if you look at where Charbonnet is going in comparison, where'd you have
Walker is going off 17. Yeah. Running back 17, 44 overall. So
you can get Charbonnet at 38, 105.
Yeah, 105. Yeah.
And so, for me, that's just.
And they could finish nearly the same like they did last year. I mean, Charbonnet was like 25, running back 25, and Walker was like 22. Yeah. I mean, injury, of course, but I mean, his yard per carry was kind of down last year, and it wasn't pretty for him last year.
Charbonnet was almost my sleeper. I think he's the value in this offense for fantasy, but and then the receivers. We'll talk more about JSN in a second. I think JSN is immensely talented. I just worry about the him having to be the dude in that offense, and then having Darnold now, who is learning this offense, and having to, get him the ball as opposed to being in a better system. If Darnold's not good, JSN is not going to be good, basically. Yeah. And then Cooper Kupp on the other side. I hope Cooper Kupp's got something left in the tank and doesn't fizzle out. Like I'd like to see him have one more good year before his career shuts down. Yeah. Or decent year. And then outside of those two, there's really not a whole lot going on in the receiver core, and the tight end core is kind of up in the air. Like I said, I put my money on Arroyo. I don't know if I would do that in redraft, but in Dynasty, that's where I will be leaning. So anything else you want to throw in that Seattle Seahawks fire?
Nails it all.
All right, let's move on to the Rams. We both have the Rams finishing second in the division. Last year they did win 10 games and they made the playoffs, and then they got ceremonially knocked out in the first round. I do this every time. I'm like, why won't it go to where I want it to go? And then I realize I'm on the wrong page. All right. So the Seahawks, Jimmy Garoppolo is still there. I don't know if you knew that, as a backup. It's interesting just based off the fact that Matt Stafford's back hurts every 5 seconds, which I understand.
Still plays through though, man. That dude is, if nothing, a true football player.
Oh yeah. Stafford is a gamer.
Yeah, if he's nothing else, gamer. That dude plays through more injuries than we deal with on a regular basis.
He doesn't care if you're a photographer and you fall off like an 8-foot stage, but he will play with a broken back.
If his back's broke, he'll be out there for at least one snap. Yeah exactly, or both snaps.
Devontae Adams was signed a 2-year deal worth $46 million. 26 guaranteed, so they paid him to get targets. That was not chump change. Yeah. And then they re-signed Tutu Atwell on a 1-year deal for $10 million, which was kind of crazy to pay Tutu that much. He hasn't really been a significant part of that offense, but they really like him there. And so I had forgot about that till I just now read it. And then
there was a feeding frenzy when that news came across the wire with everybody going to grab Tutu. Like, what they traded away Cup. This was right before it might have been around the same time as the Devontae Adams thing.
It was before they signed Devontae.
Yeah, so it was kind of that.
But Cup
who's going to be
and
a
then
guy?
They gave him that $10 million. You're like, oh sweet, they're going to give Tutu an opportunity.
Exactly,
because you still got the was it Whittington? Whittington's still there. Yeah, he was the rookie from last year that everybody was expecting to do something. So we'll see. Terrence Ferguson was drafted in the second round at tight end. He's hurt now. There's talks about he may not start the season. So, but he's definitely a tight end that I was looking at grabbing in Dynasty. Jacquez Hunter, the running back that I brought up, he was a 4th round draft pick out of Auburn. But with that Kyron Williams deal, that just kind of puts him on the back burner, in my opinion. But it does make him a decent handcuff. I think he's going to overtake Blake Corum. But, you got Matt Stafford. When Matt Stafford's on, he is, he's a solid QB. And if that offense really gets to clicking, he can be a top 5 QB.
Took him to the Super Bowl and won it for him.
Yeah, and then that Super Bowl year, I'm pretty sure he was a top 5 fantasy quarterback.
He was.
And so we'll see how it goes. You got, Puka's out there. He loves him some Puka. That dude is an absolute beast. Also a gamer. We'll just go out there and play through anything and everything. And they went and got Devontae Adams to replace Cooper Kupp. So if he's got something left in the tank, that's going to be a ton of targets on both sides of that field.
Yeah.
And then, we don't know who it's going to be. Whittington, whether it's going to be Tutu. And did they get Josh Reynolds or somebody there too? I'm pretty sure to replace, because they had Demarcus Robinson was kind of the guy who would show up every now and again, or when somebody got hurt from the last couple seasons, but he's gone now.
Yeah,
so I think it's a Josh Reynolds or somebody of that ilk.
He's not on this depth.
Well, no, he would be on this list of people they signed. So they may not have.
Yeah, I don't think
it may be Tutu and Whittington.
Whittington is backed up to that, and Kanata Mumfield.
Yeah, that's the 7th round draft pick that they took this last year.
Yeah, he's on the list here. So.
Yeah. So Stafford's a dude, and then we got Kyron run back. He's not big on the pass catching side, but dude is an absolute monster in the red zone at running back.
Yes.
And he's a touchdown machine. He's a safe pick. You're going to get him in the 2nd round most of your redraft leagues, and he is an absolute pick. I mean, I rode him to championships last year. There's a lot of leagues where I drafted. I get like Bijan in the 1st, and I get Kyron in the 2nd.
Yeah.
And go that two running backs thing. So
go heavy running back in the beginning.
But yeah, so I like this Rams offense. I like the pieces that they have. And then Higbee's kind of sneaky, even if Ferguson doesn't start, because Higbee wasn't healthy last year until like the end of the season.
Yeah, he missed.
And then I don't even know how healthy he was when he came back, because he started the year on the IR. But if Ferguson's not out there at the beginning of the season, Higbee could be somebody that you could sneak into a lineup or two, and if you're going to be streaming tight ends. So,
Parkinson, if either of them are injured, Kobe Parkinson's still there too. Oh God, Higbee's been in the league 9 years.
Parkinson, that dude is the biggest. Oh my God, they got Colby Park. He had like 5 minutes of fame in Seattle, and then we'll see him on a rock. Like last year, he was supposed to be something. He was hot garbage. They didn't have any other tight ends for the Rams. They had Parkinson, and they might as well have had me at tight end.
That's probably true.
But I'm pretty sure
Higbee played 3 games last year, the last 3 games of the season, and it wasn't much of anything. So
right, yeah, he started on the IR, and he was coming off that injury. So. And in those 3 games, I think he put up more stats than Parkinson had all season.
Parkinson finished tight end 7 week 1.
Yeah, week 1. All right, so if Higbee's out, you can play Parkinson week 1.
You can play week 1. That's all you get out of him. He didn't play much at all. He didn't really even play the rest of the season.
But he was healthy, so that's all you need.
30% of the snaps most of the time. He finishes. He still finishes tight end 10. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Like tight end 29, I think, which is insane. But
tight end 29 is like finishing wide receiver 305.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you could still get a top 30 tight end in Parkinson right now. No, he finished 39. Excuse me, but yeah.
God, that's even worse. That's like finishing wide receiver 1,005.
Close to that. Yeah, that's like finishing the same as Jerry Rice right now.
Jerry Rice could come out of retirement and be a better tight end than Parkinson.
No doubt. No doubt.
At least for a play. All right. Well, that's the Rams. Do you got anything you want to throw back on that?
Yeah, not really, no.
All right. Well, the team that we both have winning the division is the 49ers. They have, like I said at the top, that
this may bite us in the ass again, but
they have the easiest. I had them as my Super Bowl prediction last season.
It is a cake schedule, though. It really is.
Based off of winning percentage of last year, their schedule is prime.
I could win at least 6 games in their schedule by myself as quarterback and wide receiver.
Well, you'd have to compete with Mac Jones for the backup.
I got that part. What's next?
They signed him to a 2-year, $7 million deal.
They don't even have to give me that much.
Brock Purdy finally got paid. The dude been playing with 7th round draft money until he got them stacks on stacks. 5-year, $265 million extension. And he also got a no trade clause, and he got $181 million of that guaranteed. So get on with your bad self, including $165 million in the first 3 years of the deal. That runs through 2030. So he got that life changing money. He kept his head down. He did what he had to as the Mr. Irrelevant, making with the amount of success he had in the first 3 years. And the amount of money he was making, the 49ers should have won 3 Super Bowl. They should have signed every big player they could to get in there, while they were paying their quarterback like $700,000.
Yeah, they're paying him like $50 and a hot dog before each game. And this dude's out there winning games for him with nothing.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you get a free meal and $50 gas to play quarterback for us.
We're going to let you have 3 tickets to every game we play in.
Yes.
You do what you will.
You can't resell them, though.
Give them to whoever you want.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, they're like, hey, let's give all these other guys a bunch of money.
Yeah,
but they made it right.
They traded away Debo. Brandon Ayuk is still hurt for the next 47 years, apparently.
As long as possible, yeah. I mean, he held out so that he can get paid to be broken. So
Demarcus Robinson signed for a 2-year deal. That's where he went. Equanimous St. Brown also signed with the 49ers.
I like that because I love that guy's name. Equanimous is so awesome, man.
I like Amon-Ra better. Yeah, but Equanimous is still those are two great names.
Oh no, 100%. Yeah,
I feel like their dad's name is Atlas or something. I may be wrong.
He looks like Atlas,
but his dad, their dad was like Mr. Universe or something.
He was. That's why Atlas would work out.
I don't know if it's Atlas.
I think you're right. I think it's close to that,
but it would be cool if his name was Atlas. They also re-signed George Kittle to a 4-year, $76 billion quadzillion extension. And so,
his dad's name's John Brown.
Way off. It's not even St. Brown.
Oh God, no! It's just John Brown. Man, that's gold.
Well, that's why he was like, "Look, I'm going to make sure my kids ain't got some boring ass name."
Yeah.
Yeah. So
sorry,
George Kittle
I had
got paid.
to look it up. I was thinking like Atlas sounds familiar, but it's not. It's not that. But
yeah. And then in the draft, let's see. They went and got a wide receiver in the 4th, Jordan Watkins. Haven't heard much about what he's been doing. Jordan James, running back, they got the 5th. He becomes significant right now because Garendo is hurt, and looks like Jordan James is in line to be the backup if Garendo's not healthy when the season starts. And then a couple of nobodies later in that draft, which I guess I should name them because we would have thought Brock Purdy was a nobody. They got a 7th-round quarterback named Curtis Rourke out of Indiana, and then a 7th-round wide receiver, Junior Burgeon out of Montana. So that's what they did. So, yeah, Brock Purdy, he's a pocket passer. But the good thing about Purdy and this offense is when he's healthy and he's on the field, he has the highest dot of any quarterback in the league when he plays.
Yeah,
he has the highest A-dot since he's been a starter of anybody that plays significant amount of, like a certain amount of games as a starter. But everybody don't know that's average depth of target. Now he's not throwing the ball underneath and the guy's getting tons of yards. He's throwing the ball the farthest in the air to the targets than any other quarterback since he's been a starter in the NFL. And the reason I know this is there was this idea, I don't know why, if anybody watched Brock Purdy, they knew it wasn't true, but there was this idea that he was a dink and dunk quarterback.
Yeah, he was just dumping it off.
Yeah, and he's not. Dude slings it down the seam to Kittle. He slings it down the field to when it was Debo and Ayuk. He is not afraid to uncork that ball down the field. And when he's on and when he's hitting, he is electric, and that offense is electric. And the cog that makes it all happen is that running back, CMC.
I think that was the problem that like shielded people's eyes from seeing the depth is when you have such an elite like talent in CMC. He's always a few yards out when he gets the ball. So everybody just thinks he's always throwing it to McCaffrey. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of got this understanding that I'm sure there was probably controversy with Cam when CMC was there.
Yeah.
All he does is just dump the ball off to CMC.
Yeah.
But it's not that that's all he can do. It's just that dude's open.
When he's getting that,
looking open.
You're seeing that much production with CMC, you think that's all he's doing. But it's like, yeah, he's doing that but he's also throwing 60 targets straight down the seam to Kittle.
No, that's
things
what
like
I'm saying.
that.
Just people get this, they get one track minded. They see a part of a game and they see a 3-play set when it's McCaffrey, and all of a sudden they're like, that's all he can do, and they go somewhere else with their mind,
Well, and people, if somebody doesn't think somebody's good, if you get it in your mind for whatever reason you don't like Brock Purdy. I mean, you were on these Facebook pages and these fantasy football Facebook, and you see people come on and they'll just make declarations before the season started. So and so is going to be the biggest bust in NFL history, and they just can't stand them. They can't. Like I saw a guy the other day talking about how Amon-Ra St. Brown isn't as good as everybody thinks he is, and I'm just like, and it's like this dude obviously has some sort of beef with Amon-Ra for whatever reason, and so he develops this idea in the mind. And I think with Brock Purdy, there were people who, for whatever reason, whether they were Trey Lance fans or whether they just didn't like to see a 7th round last pick of the draft be successful, or maybe they just hate the 49ers, they're all like, nah, this guy, all he does is throw it underneath and throw short passes. And it's like, well, actually, not only is that not true, but the complete opposite is the truth. And so, we'll see if they're going to continue with that. I hope so. I think that's the way Brock Purdy likes to play. And the good thing about Brock Purdy is he has what every good quarterback should have, a very short memory. When he does sling it down the field and throw in a pick, he doesn't let that stay with him. He'll come out and he'll throw the same pass the next time, but this time he'll hit the guy. You know?
This year will make up a lot. I want to see, like last year, it was a damning year for them in general with all the injuries. I mean, CMC
tons of injuries, and then Debo wasn't really injured, but he just played like he was.
He played like he was injured. Yeah,
Ayuk, when he was on the field last year, he was garbage can, and then he got hurt and was out the season. Of course, McCaffrey never even played. And whatnot. Kittle was amazing. He was the one bright spot.
Kittle was just money every time,
and at times Juwan Jennings was really good, who's going to be the starter. He's hurt now, but I don't think it's anything serious. So you got Juwan Jennings, who when he's on the field, when he played last year, him and Purdy were jiving. I think there was one game where Juwan Jennings had like 4 or 5 touchdowns or something crazy.
It was 3 or 4. I think it was insane,
and he had a ton of targets. So I expect Jennings to have a good season this year. He's been kind of a deep dive pick for me in a lot of drafts. And then Ricky Pearsall is going to get an opportunity to go out there and do what he does, and we'll see what he can bring to the table. Who ends up being the other receiver outside of that, I don't know. Demarcus Robinson has been known to step up and have some big games.
Just show out, just out of nowhere. I think he's like 93 years old now and still runs a 4.4.
I bet he's younger than you think he is. I bet Demarcus Robinson's like 26.
You think he's 26?
I think he's like 26. I bet he's 26.
I'm gonna go 29 or 30. Okay. He might even be 30.
That's what I'll tell you. I think you've got the Amari Cooper syndrome with Demarcus Robinson.
He's 30 years old.
Oh my God! Well, apparently
you have the Benjamin Button disease with Demarcus Robinson. I mean he's 6'1", 202. Like dude is still super fast. He's an amazing receiver. Like and he's that sneaky guy you don't ever see. He just shows up and does his job. I mean, but he has these electric catches, these deep downfield, just owns it. So he's never really been a guy that I've been like you in fantasy. If somebody was playing him in a flex spot, I've never been threatened by it. But there's always those weeks when you're like, why is this guy playing Demarcus Robinson? He puts up 32 points.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's never. I look at it and I see it. I'm like, I got this match in a bag, and then all of a sudden, Demarcus Robinson gets 2 touchdowns on 5 targets for 212 yards. It's like, it's crazy to me how that works out.
I'm trying to bring up their depth chart, but man, your internet. I had to turn it off. Your internet is straight crawling for some reason.
Oh, it works on my phone fine.
I don't know.
I've been running all around here. Juwan Jennings, Jacob Cowing, Ricky Pearsall, Jordan Watkins.
Russell Gage is there.
Wow.
I did not know that. Jacob Cowing's been making a little bit of noise. It seems like he's the 3rd string guy now, him or DeMarcus. So But yeah, there it is. Like I said, you know, and the tight end, you know, we talked about is Kittle. So
he might end up being tight end 1 this season.
He could be, because I think he is probably the number 1 target
for that
in
whole,
the pass game
for that whole team right now. Yeah,
yeah, and unless somebody steps up, I think
consistency, just it's like
him and CMC. If they're both healthy and out there, they're going to be the focal point,
the whole offense. Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. Well, let's move on from there. Let's move into our smash, pass, and sleeper. All right. For any of the new listeners, our smash is somebody we don't care where they're going on ADP. There's somebody we're trying to get into our lineups. Our pass is somebody we're not drafting. And a lot of times it's because of their ADP. It's not because we don't want them. It's just we don't want to pay the price for them. Every once in a while, it's somebody we just don't want to do.
Yeah. I'm not drafting McKinnon or McKissick anywhere. It ain't happening.
You'll never catch me drafting Jameis Winston. but otherwise, it's just kind of where they're how much it's going to cost to get them.
Yeah, what you got to spend to get them.
And then our sleeper is it's self-explanatory. So this is somebody deep in the drafts that we think is going to far exceed their ADP.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, you want to kick us off?
Yeah. My smash might actually be somebody that far exceeds their ADP.
Oh snap! So you got a sleeper smash.
Devontae Adams.
Oh, okay. He's not much of a sleeper smash.
He's not much of a sleeper smash,
but he could definitely.
Where he's going at ADP right now, he's going off at wide receiver 19, 42nd overall. So, and this is a guy who has. I don't know that he's ever really finished below top 12 in a full healthy career of anywhere. And it's coming from a team that is known to hyper target anyone. I mean, Cooper Kupp had his illustrious huge season on like 500 targets or something that year. I think that's barely exaggerated.
It was. I think it was over 200.
It was an insane amount of targets for one receiver. But I know Puka's there and Puka's awesome, but I also feel that a team requires two elite talent receivers for both of them to flourish. You got to have that threat on both sides. Somebody's going to be open.
I don't know if you need elite talent, but you need really good.
Well, I was going to say, but
you need elite, and then you need really good.
It would be nice. I think it's beneficial to have elite on both.
Oh, yeah. Everybody wants two elites, but it's hard to get two elites.
Devontae Adams, who has been elite, and Puka, who has been elite.
But you still think he's elite?
He was elite last year. He finished top 10 last year.
I don't. Wait a minute. Top 10 is not elite to me.
Top 10 in the receivers is not elite.
No.
How is that not elite?
It's good for me. Top 5 is elite.
So
top 10, like 10 is like really good.
Like to me, anybody that finishes 12 or higher is essentially elite. When you're looking at a pool of 100 receivers that potentially put up.
Do you
points
think JSN's elite?
I think he had an elite year last year. I don't think that he is elite essentially, but I think he had an elite year last year. Yes.
I guess we got a different idea of elite because for me, if you're gonna to be classified as elite, you've got to be good enough that you can be the number one of that position. I don't think Devontae Adams is going to sniff being the number one.
But so he's been good enough to be the number one for 7 years by your standards.
But he's 112 now.
Well, I mean, he's 32. But I mean, that's barely older than Demarcus Robinson.
Yeah, but if Puka in his prime would have been on those teams where he's finishing number one, you think he'd have been number one?
Wait. Say that again?
You said that he was number one 100 years in a row or something.
Yeah, well, he won. There was injury that year. So he had 6 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years where he was top 3 in the
top
league.
Top 3. Those 6 years, if he was playing opposite of Puka, do you still think he'd have been top 3?
Oh, I mean, he may have been. That would depend on, I mean, he had Aaron Rodgers throwing to him in the group. The way it's hard to say. I would have to see the team. But the way it all worked out. But
I'm just saying that he's coming into a team where he's not the established dominant dude. That's Puka.
Yeah.
And then, so Puka to me is elite for sure. I think Devontae Adams is still really good. I'm just arguing semantics with you. I don't think he's elite anymore.
So I think
I would not classify him as elite.
Like I wouldn't classify Puka as elite.
Puka to me can be the one. Therefore, he's a top 5. He can be a top 5 receiver in that offense with Stafford if they're both healthy all season. Easily, he could easily be the one. You know, he broke
one receiver overall.
Yeah, he could easily be wide receiver 1.
I mean, maybe.
He when he was a rookie, he broke rookie records. Now those records have since been broke.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like you're talking about a guy who's played 2 years in the league. He finished 4 his rookie year, and then last year with injury finished 25.
Right.
So I mean, it's like a guy. outside of a guy who's already finished top 3 5 times in his career,
right,
and played through it and has had very little injury. Like,
right.
I just think that, like, when it comes to elite, I always say, to me, like, top 12, if you can finish top 12 multiple years in the league, you become elite. Until you've proven it more. Like, Cooper Kupp has never been elite to me because he's only had one season where he's finished top 12.
But he had an elite season.
He had an elite. That's what I said about JSN. JSN had an elite season last year. Gotcha. I don't classify him as elite, if that makes sense. So, like, it's tough. I think even the year that Puka finished really big, he did it on the side of Cooper Kupp having a really big year, and then the injury.
I guess I would say, for me personally, Devontae Adams used to be elite.
Yeah,
I just don't think he's still elite.
I think he's still got a little in him. I mean,
I do think he's got a little in him.
And I messed up. He finished 14.5 point PPR last year, not 10. He finished 11.5 point. I was looking at full point PPR. So
gotcha.
But I mean, and then the year before that was 3, 3, 1. Then injury, he finished 24, then 12. So, or 2, excuse me. But I mean, he's this super elite talent. It
was 191 targets the year that
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, and for the record, Cooper Kupp finished in the top 5 twice.
Top 5 twice?
Yeah, he finished number 5 in 2019, and he finished number 1 2 years later.
And how many years did he play in?
He's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's in his 9th year.
He's in his 9th.
So he's played 8 seasons,
and that's hard.
But he's
for
only
me.
played 1, 2. He's only played 1 complete season. That was the year he did number 1.
Yeah, and
then the next closest, where he played 16, he finished number 4.
Yeah.
No, it was actually 4.5 point.
And that's where I mix it up. But I mean, that to me is an elite receiver. That's to me, he had 2 elite years.
Right. I will say every year Cooper Kupp had over 130 targets, he finished in the top 4. It was only 2 years, but both those years he finished in the top 4.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you can say the same thing. Well, you can't say the same thing about Devontae Adams because he had 175 targets in Las Vegas. These are Las Vegas targets, though, so you got to think about where the targets are coming from.
Derek Carr
and Aiden O'Connell.
Which year was that?
3 years ago, 23. So
so it was Derek Carr.
It would have been Aiden O'Connell's rookie year too, I think. Yeah. So,
and I think Derek Carr probably got hurt.
Yeah,
so he was getting murder balls.
Oh, he was getting just dump balls. Yeah, just garbage. But I mean, yeah, still, I don't know. I think he is an elite talent. And he's going to a team that is known to throw the ball and feed 2 receivers at the same time.
Yeah.
And
I agree with your assessment in that he is a value. I do agree with that. I think he has the potential to finish a lot higher than where he's being drafted.
Drafted at wide receiver 19, and he's never finished 19 if he ever played a full season.
Right.
Even last year when we thought he was already old, and now he is old, but I mean, it's not much different between last year and this year.
I mean, if it all is going to depend on Stafford's health. That offense is going to get going.
Yeah,
if it gets going, you can bank that he's going to finish as a top 12. They're both going to eat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And that's if you give me somebody going off the board at 19 and potentially has 12, 13. I'm smashing on it all day. Yes. Last year he had Rodgers and his old broadcast throwing to him and still finished 11. So I mean,
but that's also his best friend for life.
Oh yeah, they are BFFs. Yes, that's true.
My smash is CMC. This is about the cheapest you're ever going to get him. Now he has been climbing up ADPs. He's currently going off at RB5, 8 overall. I haven't seen that yet.
That's still really good.
It's still good, but I haven't seen that in any of the drafts I'm in. I've been getting him at the turn. And in one draft, I got him in the second round. So that was where I was thinking more along the lines when I chose him as my smash. But he's still, like, to me, if he's healthy, he's the RB1. It's a done deal. Lock it up. Put it in the books. Especially with the passing options that the 49ers now have. CMC is going to be more valuable in that offense. If Garendo's injury lasts a little bit longer than is expected, then I don't think they're going to put much on the rookie in James. So I just think that CMC is primed for this season to go out there and absolutely light it on fire, have another dominant 300 fantasy point year where he's just the absolute monster. And everybody remembers why we deal with the other bullshit of when his injuries come about. And so this will be one of those reminders like, oh, this is why I've kept him on my dynasty roster.
Yep.
Because when he's healthy, he wins me championships.
And you can never trade him away for the value he's worth when he's healthy.
But except for when he's in the midst of it. But in that, he's winning you championships, so you can't trade him.
You can't get away from it. You
no.
can't.
And so I just think that, he's there's Bijan. I would not take him over Bijan. I don't know. Gibbs is hard for me.
It would be a toss up with Gibbs. I'd have to look at schedule.
Yeah.
I think I would take CMC just because the schedule's so soft.
Yeah,
for the 49ers.
Barkley and Bijan. It would be hard for me to justify taking him over either one of them. And then after that, I would take him over just about anybody else.
Yeah.
And so, and for me to get him where he's currently going, and like I said, where I've been getting him has been way later. So, he's been definitely climbing up the ADP boards since last week even.
It's still a smash. Like we said, no matter where you got to grab him, he's going to pay dividends. So,
all right. Well, my pass, we talked about him earlier. My pass is JSN. JSN currently is going off at wide receiver 13. He's going 30 overall. I know last year you said he finished 9?
Finished 9, yeah.
I get that, but it was also with Geno. It was also with the threat of DK on the other side. And this year he's the threat. He's got to be the guy. And so he's going to have to go out there and he's going to have to face the double coverages. I don't know that Cooper Kupp is going to be good enough to open the field up for him. Now, if Cooper Kupp shows that he's still got some juice, and this will definitely change things. And if Darnold shows that he definitely has juice,
he can do it. Yeah,
he could definitely change things. So I'm willing to be wrong here. I'm 100% willing to be wrong. But I just don't want to pay the price where JSN's going. If you look at players going after him, I would take Garrett Wilson over him. I would take Marvin. I don't know if I take Marvin Harrison. That's tough. But
and you're just looking at receivers. I mean, if you were to look at running backs, tight ends, there's a lot.
I mean, if
there's
you go
a lot here. You go overall. I mean, that's another thing you got to think of. I mean, you bring up position wise, but then you look at like what running backs going.
Yeah, so I would take Brees over him. Was going after him. I would take Garrett over him.
I'd probably take Kittle over, depending on the league.
Kittle, yeah.
I mean, that's a secure set and forget kind of situation with Kittle.
So it's like I'm looking at the players that are after him, and now that I look at it, there's not as many as I was thinking in my mind that I would take, but there's still a handful of players that I would take after him, and so it scares me. I'm looking for more consistency, and I think that even Kittle brings consistency. I think Garrett Wilson brings consistency. I know that it seems crazy to say that, but he is the established dude. He's really the only option with the Jets. And then Brees Hall, I'm big on Brees this year. Brees to me is about to have a bounce back year and remind everybody why he was who he was a couple years ago. So,
no, I like it and I don't like it. Like I told you beforehand, I almost picked JSN to be my smash, just because he's going. I feel a little late. I think he's going to be similar, but it is a gamble. It's more of a gut for me than it is any kind of. I
need to see him do it again before I go.
He needs to have a second
with
elite
him
year.
As the dude.
Yeah,
I need to see him finish around that top 12 one more time, and then I'm
feel way more comfortable just taking him into that position. No, I get that too. It's another. This is going to his third year, and it is a lot changed that's in this offense as far as that's gone. So
a ton has changed for him. It's going to be a new offensive coordinator again. He had a new offensive coordinator last year.
Yep,
he's going to have a new one again this year.
New quarterback,
new quarterback,
teammates across the field from. It's a lot of change.
A lot of change
really
for him,
change.
And like I said, now he is the guy. So if he goes out there this season and says, "Yeah, I'm the guy, and this is why," and he shows me,
and he does it up. Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing again. I'm willing to be wrong on this. I'm cool with being wrong. It's not something that I'm hard on where I'm just like, yeah, this dude's ass, avoid him. It's just one of those where
you said hard on.
Yeah, I did. All right. So who's your pass?
My pass is Kenneth Walker. We talked about him earlier.
He was kind of my first one, but I was like, nah, I was feeling more of the wide receiver thing. But anyway, go ahead.
He's going off at running back 17, and he has yet to finish as wide receiver 17. Actually, he's yet to finish a season with playing every game. I mean, he's played 15, 15, and 11. Last year, he finished 28.5 point PPR, which is behind his counterpart of Charbonnet, who finished 25 over on a half point PPR. So,
and he's already hurt.
Already dealing with something. And not to mention, he only averaged 3.75 yards per carry last year, which even with injury doesn't matter. But I mean, that's just not starting the man numbers. If you know what I mean, I can't get behind a guy who is going off.
And he's not part of the pass game that much. I mean, how many targets did he have last year?
Last year, he had a grand total of 53 targets, which was the highest in his career.
Yeah.
And 46 of them he caught, which is,
that's actually a lot more than I thought. So,
yeah. And he had 8 touchdowns combined, passing and receiving. So, I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to take a running back personally who's already dealing with injury, has been injured at 17, who hasn't finished 17. If this guy finished 12 last year and 15 the year before, I'd feel a little more inclined. You know, he plays short but still does good. Right. But he's not doing that. So, and it's not, I don't think their offense improved. So it's more of me looking at, do I think that the offense is going to be good enough?
Right. You look at a guy going right after him? 2 guys.
James Conner.
And Chuba. I would take both of them over Kenneth Walker in a heartbeat. DJ Moore, yes.
Rashee Rice, I would take him over him.
The suspension is going to dictate that.
I would still think it. I would take. He gets 3 games. He gets 3 game suspension. I'll take 14 games of Rashee Rice over 14 games of Kenneth Walker with no suspension.
Cortland Sutton, I would take over him. Yep. I don't think I'd take Laporta. Montgomery's a toss up. Joe Mixon's hurt.
Yeah.
I would take Devonta Smith. Yeah. So I mean, he's definitely. I mean, I might be tempted to take Travion Henderson over him.
There's too much there, and there's not enough security in a running back who's already faced injuries on an offense that's probably going to get a little worse.
Well, you're going to have to take him at the end of the 4th round.
Yep.
And I just feel like we just like the 2 underneath him, Chuba and James Conner. If they're healthy and on the field, they're money 100%. There's there's nobody behind them that's moving in. Those are the guys. Well, you know, I know Rico Dowdle is now in Carolina, but they paid Chuba, they paid James. Those guys are the dudes for their teams, and when they're out there and they get the bulk of the load, they're getting you 20+ fantasy points.
Yep. Well, I'll take 14 games of James Conner before 14 games of Kenneth Walker. We'll put it that way, you know, and I say Conner missed a few games last year with injuries.
Actually, I don't think he missed any games last year, which was crazy. James Conner missed only 1 game, and that's because I think it was the last game of the season.
Oh, okay. I felt like he missed a couple games.
That's we're used to it.
Oh yeah,
we're used to
him missing a few games.
I will double. The only reason I know this is because I'm going to give them a shout out. I listen to the footballers; they're Arizona fans, and they talk about Conner a lot. And they were talking about how they keep expecting Conner to miss games. He didn't miss any games, and then I think he missed the last game of the season.
Yeah, essentially, he got injured in the second to last game. In week 17.
Okay, so he missed.
He played 15% of the snaps in week 17, and 0%.
So he would have hurt you in your championship week.
Yeah, so those 2 games and the rest of it.
Because they were talking about how he'd never played a whole season, and he was getting ready to play a whole season, and then he got hurt in week 17. That's what it was.
He had 28% week 6, 48% in week 9, and then 15 and 0 in the last. So
and then where did he finish last year?
10.
Yeah,
10 overall,
and so
and half point PPR.
Yeah.
So I get that. So then I'm definitely, but I'm just saying, if you gave me the option, you're only going to get 14 weeks out of James Conner, or you're only going to get 14 weeks out of Kenneth Walker. Yeah, I'll take the 14 James Conner weeks.
If you told me I was only going to get 12 weeks out of James Conner, but I was getting 14 weeks out of Kenneth Walker, I'm still taking James Conner.
Same, yeah. That's why he's my pass.
Yeah. All right. Well, who is your sleeper then?
It's James Conner's backup.
Seriously?
Trey Benson.
Oh, my God.
It is. I'm calling it right now.
Oh, no.
It is Trey Benson.
Oh, no.
I'm telling you.
Hold on. Where's it at? Where's the... No.
All those. No. Every bit of it.
I thought we had a boo.
Oh, there might be.
Oh, you have a boo. Oh, did you get yours fired up?
Oh, I got it fired up. Hold on.
Are you connected?
Nope.
You gotta go to settings.
I know. I'm Samsung dumb over here, so I don't know how to do this Apple stuff, man.
I want a boo. As soon as you get it connected, I want boo.
All right, we'll get Boo up here.
Yeah.
That didn't work.
And Daniel?
There it is. But now I want a boo.
Let's see where the boo is here.
Or something I want something negative on your Trey Benson. Yeah, that Brad.
Yeah. I don't know. So in very limited, he had very limited play just in
First
general.
of all, let's just talk. Where is he being drafted?
Okay.
Like quarterback 907?
No, quarterback 1,207 because he's drafted as running back. So he's drafted as running back 52, 149 overall. This is a guy that's on your waivers, or you're going to get him with your last pick or whatever.
Yes.
So it's not like you're risking anything here. But all I want to say is,
wait a minute, are we doing Baker's bottoms already?
it seems that way, doesn't it? I just there's something afoot, and I think he's going to get more opportunity this year. He still averaged over 4.5 yards a carry last year in the very limited carries. He had 63 attempts last year and had almost 300 yards in 63 attempts. So this guy's super efficient and just didn't need to get a lot of it because Connor played the whole year. There was no reason. So I don't know. I just got a feeling that eventually
don't you put that on my sweet James Conner.
I'm not putting any bad juju out there.
Don't you put that on him, Ricky Bobby.
But it's one of those things where eventually you got to be prepared when it does run out. And I think Trey Benson is a great cuff for this offense and great cuff for in general.
Oh, I think he's a great cuff. Yeah.
I think he's going to surprise people this year. I think they're going to utilize him more so that Connor doesn't get hurt. Therefore, instead of finishing 52, he finishes like top 30. I think he finishes in the top 30.
Snap.
And I think that's going to be on the shoulder of a few more attempts, a few more opportunities, a couple more touchdowns, and that's all it's going to take. He had one touchdown last season, and I think it was a lucky. Oh, I take that back. He didn't have any touchdowns last season.
Zero
touchdowns last season. But he had one. I'm sorry, he had one. But I just feel like he's going to have a couple.
He had the same amount of touchdowns as Trey McBride.
He did.
Yeah.
Well,
Trey McBride didn't catch his though.
He fell on it.
A fumble.
He fell on it in the end zone. Yeah, exactly. That was a great game. But that was definitely how that worked out. But this is maybe a gut thing. This may be I don't even have him a lot of places, so it's not a wishing thing. I
disagree with the fact that if you're getting him at 52, that he could finish at 30.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't disagree with that at all.
This is a lot of potential, and honestly,
if the offense takes a step forward too, then everybody can eat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
God forbid or God forsake, whatever. If it does happen, if Connor does go down, this is a guy that could be top 12. I think.
Yeah. He
is the guy. If he ends up being the guy.
Yeah.
As a backup, I think they give him a little more opportunity this year to take a little off of Connor, which is going to benefit you drafting him.
He's been showing it some in camp. So the reports coming out on him in camp are great for Benson.
I'm not going to say it like I'm all in, but I'm trying to get him sneakily right now because a lot of people are sleeping on him, I think.
Right.
And I think now's the cheapest you're going to get him because if he does do anything this next year,
right,
you're never going to be able to touch him for value you want to get him.
And you're speaking dynasty-wise.
Oh, yeah, dynasty-wise, exactly. And in redraft, if you can get him as your last pick or pick him up off waivers just to fill a spot or whatever.
Or if you got Connor and you're looking to protect yourself.
Yeah, protect yourself. That's definitely a protection I would
protect your neck.
Exactly.
All right. My sleeper is Ricky Pearsall. He is going off at wide receiver 45 currently, 101st overall. He's looking to be the number 2 receiver on a potentially high-powered offensive team. Even if he finishes at wide receiver 30, well, we'll use that number. You're still getting value because you're getting 45.
Yeah. You're getting him super cheap. Yeah, exactly.
So, did something just happen?
Yeah, I don't know if it means anything though.
What?
Keenan Allen just re-signed with the Chargers.
It does mean something.
1 year, $852 million.
Yeah, they saw Quentin Johnson catching, and they're like, "Shit."
No, they didn't see Quentin Johnson catching. Nobody's seen him do that yet.
They saw him missing, and we're like, "Shit."
They saw this guy playing volleyball out there in a football game.
I don't think it hurts. You're worried about Ladd.
Well, no, not Ladd. I was hoping he would go somewhere else, I guess. I think there's other places that would benefit more from his
I dropped him in a dynasty league, and I'm pissed now. I'm going to have to go dump Fab and try to get him back.
I think there's other places that he could have ended up that would benefit more from his leadership, I guess, kind of deal. I mean, but
we'll see. I think Ladd can benefit from. Ladd's kind of the similar player to him, but I think maybe Quentin Johnson could benefit. He could say, "Look, dude, soft hands.
Yeah, tell me
don't attack the football with your hands.
Tell me what I got to do.
Let the ball come to you."
I just picture like a Saturday Night Live skit where they're just like this with Quentin Johnson. He's just throwing his hands together, trying to catch the ball every time, and clapping like not even near the ball. I don't know.
That was great for an audio medium.
I know. I wish
you doing the hand gestures.
That
was amazing.
If we were on the YouTubes.
Yeah, but I think Ricky Pearsall at 45. I think that's just money in the bank.
It really is.
Yeah, it's a penny stock that could potentially pay off big for you.
Exactly.
It's his second year. He didn't really do a ton last year, but all his stuff started happening more towards the end of the season. We don't know when Ayuk's going to be back or if he's going to be back this season. I think Jennings is good. I like Jennings, but it's not like Jennings has been a world beater since he's been in the league. So there's tons of opportunity for somebody to step up. Pearsall got shot last season and then came back and played. He definitely has the right mentality, the desire to go out there and work hard, the desire to be great. And so I think with his skill set and what he's able to do. And then I also went and rewatched the catch he had against App State last season, which is one of the greatest catches you'll ever see in any sport ever.
Oh yeah.
So, and then it just reminded me how good that dude was, at least with that one catch.
Exactly.
So there it is. So my smash is CMC, my pass is JSN, and my sleeper is Ricky Pearsall.
Smash Devontae Adams, passing on Kenneth Walker, and sleeper Trey Benson.
All right. Well, there it is. There's breaking down the NFC West, and we'll be back either Thursday or Friday. And we'll be hitting the NFC East. And that's our least favorite division because this has, at least for me personally, it has the most teams in the division that I can't stand. The number one team that I can't stand the most, the Cowboys.
That's my favorite team.
Yeah. Well, I'll be having a new co-host next season. I have to find somewhere to do it because we're in his basement.
It's
I don't think I could talk him into letting me use his basement to do a podcast with somebody else.
I mean, we could monetary value. It says
I'll pay you every dime that I earn on the podcast.
Oh shit!
I'll pay you double.
I want the nickels too.
It's only pennies, baby.
That's fine. Either way.
But as I say, if anything we say or do helps you get to that average place in your league, that means we did our job. Because when you finish average, Matt,
you don't finish last.
That's exactly right, and that means we got you to where we expect you to be. So we thank everybody for listening, and we will talk to you in a couple days.
Later.
Holla.